Welcome to Courageous Living. I'm your host, Kiki Ramsey, and on this show, I strive to help you get courageous in everything that you do. Today's show is a winner. We're going to be talking about health and wellness. This is a topic that we all are very interested in because besides, we all want to be healthy, we all want to be fit, we all want to be well. But the question is, how do we really maintain and achieve that ultimate wellness? Well, today's guest is going to show us how, so don't go anywhere right after this. Welcome back to Courageous Living. I'm your host, Kiki Ramsey, and I'm here with my fabulous guest, Candice Camille. Welcome.
Thank you, Kiki.
I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about health and wellness. And you are no stranger to the health and wellness field. Please tell everyone, what exactly do you do?
Well, let's see if I can coin it up in one term. I actually think of myself as a wellologist.
A wellologist?
Yes. Actually, I think about just wellness and teaching and sort of training. I do more than just teach people to lose weight. I literally teach them to be well because it's all about the balance of just living every day. And there's so many aspects that you have to just dibble into every single day to be better. It's not about just losing weight. It's not about just eating right. It's not about just, movement. There's a few things that you should do daily that keeps you just well because we're all trying to achieve being well and being balanced.
Yes, we are, and I love that you say there's a couple things that you should do every single day, and we're going to actually be talking about those things. But what I really wanted to ask you is, how did you even start on this whole wellness journey? I mean, a lot of us, we want to be healthy, we want to eat right, we want to exercise, but let's face it, it is not easy. It's not easy for people to get to the gym every day. Some people don't even like to work out every single day. Some people don't like to eat healthy every single day. So how did you even start on this journey of wellness?
Well, with me, I pulled out my own excuse bag because that's what those are, a bunch of excuses. So you really need to put them in the bag and just leave them there and take into your life. For me, my journey started about 20 years ago. I am a cancer conqueror, and I say cancer conqueror because I'm still in the battle. I kicked cancer's butt, 20 years ago. Yeah. So, but still in the fact of just being well. So I learned what it took to just be well and to heal because back then, it's certain things they told me I would do, would not do, or I may not still be living. So I took on the quest of being better, living better, and what did that look like? So I started a quest into natural whole living.
Okay, so natural whole living. So what is natural whole living?
Yeah, if I had to pour it down to that, you talked about what's good for the body. So you just go back to Mother Earth from things that you learned from your grandmother that you knew in terms of wholeness, like in what you're eating, what you're putting inside your body is a direct of what's going to happen inside your body that's going to emanate from out. So if you're putting different foods, bad foods, processed foods, whole foods, what does those foods do for you? So I learned about medications and the derivatives of medications is food. So you go back and learn what food heals what it's for, and what does it do. So I went to work about food. What does it take to really make the body strong? And there's a couple of things you need to know about just making the body strong. And that's about movement and feeding it good. Once you get those two things down packed, the inside of you just say, hooray, you're giving me what I need to be its best. So I learned over these 20 years what it takes for the body to just be better, because that's what we're striving for.
You're so right. I mean, if you look at the magazines and the covers, it's all about either healthy living or exercise or something like that. And everybody, I'm not going to say Americans, but most everybody wants to achieve that at some point in their life. But, what do you say when people say it's hard? It's hard.
Well, that's because we want the microwave. We want it instantly. We want it right now. And even when you're looking at magazines and commercials and everything that we're reading, it gives the appearance that, you know what, you can do this right now. You cannot. Let me repeat that. You cannot do that right now. It's a process, but before you can get to the process, you really do have to make the decision, because that's where it all starts. This is a mind thing. You have to make a decision to be better. So once you make the decision to be healthy, be better, then and only then could the process start.
You know, I love that because you talk about the decision. I talk about that decision as one of the first things you have to do in your life when you're ready to overcome any challenges that you may be facing. You have to first make a decision to do so. I talk to a lot of women who are going through trials, tribulations in their relationships, in their health, in their marriage, and all these different things, but they haven't made a decision yet to first overcome that thing.
And that thing, as I call it, that thing, what is that thing? But when you, in order to get to that thing, you have to recognize it. Most of us are sort of just strangled on the fence, you know, and we're in bondage to it, that we can't move. And one of my biggest things is movement does not occur until you move. So you have to make a decision to do something, because for all the trials and tribulations that we go through, just being healthy is across the board, just like living. It's daily. It's something that you have to work at every single day, but you have to make the decision to do it. Most of us are on a fence. What we need to do now is get off the fence and do something. Move towards what it is that you're trying to achieve.
So you said that you've been on this journey for more than 20 years in terms of your health and wellness. And have you had any bumps along the way?
Are you kidding? It's life. And you know, of course, we all have bumps. This is not an easy ride. It's a wild, worth it ride. Meaning that when you're talking about prioritizing yourself, making you the priority, you just got to laugh at yourself. When there's no clear cut how to do it, stay with it. If I eat this today, I'm going to wherever, you know, I'm going to be dim, so I'm going to keep this quest. It's about just being better, what does better look like to you. So of course I have bumps. Certain things you eat, it has a reason, you know. I mean, one of my weaknesses is tiramisu. Brings a huge smile on my face. So yes, if you want to call those my bumps, but my bumps brings a smile to my face. I think we overthink it. You know, it's life, it's your life, it's daily, and you really just got to have fun with it. You have to fall in love with yourself. It's basically, you got to have an affair with yourself, you know, to get this going. Like, you know, I am absolutely in love with me. So you're going to stop loving you because you ate cake? Absolutely not. So eat your cake, be happy, and just move on.
I love that. You got to fall in love with yourself. I mean, to me, that statement is phenomenal. You have to fall in love with yourself. I think so many times we don't love ourselves, and we beat ourselves up if we do have a bump in the road and if we mess up. But that statement, you got to fall in love with yourself. How do we fall in love with ourselves even more?
So, you know, it gets to the point where it's making you the priority. Like, there should be your God, and then there should be you, in that order. In that order, and nothing in between. So we're basically, especially as women, we're givers. We just give. But we don't give to ourselves the way we give to others. So we really got the game twisted. So we need to recirculate back around into you, because in order for us to give out of our cups, and we hear it often, we should be giving of our overflow. But we give away and our cup is almost empty. So you're not feeling good. So you don't feel like going to the gym. You don't feel like working out. You don't feel like going to the store to get good food, because you got what's available here is what we have. So convenience. So you've made you a convenience instead of a priority. So we have to go back around. How do we fall in love? Just think about it. When we get in love with men, we do crazy stuff. You know, he called, we jump right at it, we on it. So why can't you do that for yourself? Now, there's nothing wrong with being in love with other people, but before you can fall in love with someone else or expect somebody else to love you, You really do have to love yourself. And I think, again, that falls in line with a lot of the trials and tribulations that we go on. We go into the, I don't like the way my leg is. Who cares? It's your leg. You got to love up all over it. You know, I got bumps and lumps like everybody else, but you know what? It's all mine. I love every piece of it. In order for you to change in your mind, you have to love the space you in and then move forward from there.
I love it. Speaking of love, you talk about 6 doctors everyone should visit every single day.
Wow, my 6 doctors. I'm absolutely in love with my doctors, by the way. So the 6 doctors that I'm talking about, and we can speak from a metaphorical
let's name them so that we all can know what these doctors are.
So these doctors are the spirit and the meditation doctor.
Okay.
That's number 1. You got the air and sunshine doctor. You know, you got the hydration doctor, the water doctor, same thing. You have the rest doctor. You know, then you have the nutrition doctor, good food doctor, and then you have the exercise doctor. So you really, really should visit them. No particular order in the course of your day, but you really need to wake up each day with the plan to visit each and every one of these doctors daily without fail if you're trying to get to your best self.
Oh, okay, I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, so I want us to get into each one of these because when I heard you speak about this concept of the 6 doctors, I'm like, oh, that is some really, really good stuff. And so let's start with just the one you said first, which is the spiritual and meditation doctor.
Wow, you know, I get so excited about this, so it's kind of hard to just hold me in this seat because your spirit and your meditative, that's the time you have with God and with yourself. You know, most of us looking for outer forces, but most of the time is within you. The spirit of God is in you. So in order to just have a relationship with him, you need to sit still and meditate on that and know the word of God and listen out for what he's trying to tell you. But we're looking outside and we need to be looking inside. So in order to do that, you need to sit still. Wow. So be it for 1 minute, there's no particular time. So be it for 1 minute or 60 minutes a day, you need to figure out the time that you need so you can figure out what's going on to make the connection.
So you're saying that this time that we take to meditate just to be with God, and we're not talking about any particular God, but I mean to be with God, whoever you consider your higher power, that time is to help you get more centered in your day, to get more connected with what's going on in your day?
Absolutely, because when you can just, that's your, what I call your openness. You know, because most of us go through the day closed. So if this is a way to start to just be open.
Okay. Wow. That's amazing because I think that, you know, a lot of, you know, you read a lot of articles and they say spend time alone, spend time with yourself. It really helps you. And I've tried it. And I even will go to the gym and go in the steam room. And I'm just, you know, quiet and trying to be still. And when I do that, I am so amped for the rest of the day because I feel rejuvenated and fresh and just joyful about the rest of my day.
Yes, yes, and that's what it does. It just gives you clarity and open. See, the thing is that we tend to not let everybody in, but just spending that few minutes or time, whatever it is, with yourself, your higher power, because there is a higher power in you, whatever you choose to call it, and they're there for the taking. So you get to decide what type of relationship you're going to have. So you get open so you can get clear.
Wow. Well, hold that thought, Candace, because we're going to be right back. Don't you go anywhere because we're going to be talking about the other 5 doctors that we haven't talked about yet, right in a minute. Welcome back to Courageous Living. I'm your host, Kiki Ramsey, and I'm here with my fabulous guest, Candice Camille.
Yay!
Okay, so if you are just now tuning in, we're talking about health and wellness, but more specifically, we're talking about the 6 doctors everyone should visit on a daily basis. And so, Candace, we were just talking about the spiritual and meditation doctor and how that is, it helps you get your day started, especially if you do it in the morning time. And so, but let's go on because we got a couple
Five more to go, right?
5 more to go. So let's get to the next one.
So the next one is the water doctor.
Water.
So basically, we know that we need water, and you hear often you need 64 ounces of water a day. But you have to look at water as your oil, like you're oiling your body, and that's what makes you move. So 64 ounces is a bare minimum that you should be drinking. So you want to get up and start to oil your body. You think of your body as a cranked can. You know, you wake up, you're popping, you're moving, things is hurting, you move an arm, knees popping, elbows popping. But if you start to get the water in as your oil, it actually lubricates your joints around your body. So that's why it's very important.
Okay, so, I have a confession to make. I don't drink a whole bunch of water like I should. But one of the problems for me is that I'm not a big drinker, like at all. Like I can go all day without drinking.
Kiki, am I going to have to just break out the excuse bag on you? Because, again, make the decision what's important to you.
Okay, so how much is 64 ounces of water? How many bottles of like how many 8-ounce bottles is that? Like that's what, five bottles. Okay. So what if there are women or men out there like me who don't drink a lot or who just, who we made excuses, okay? Let me
be clear, right?
Let's be clear.
Okay.
We have all these excuses as to why we don't drink water. How can I make myself drink more water? Like just, what if I don't like water?
Well, again, you're talking about choices, sacrifices, and what does it mean to you? Again, taking yourself into the priority. Because some of the things we got to do that we just don't like, but it's good for us. Water may be one of them, but some of the things you can do, you can add lemon to the water, even in drinking your teas, as long as you're not putting a lot of sugar and cream and stuff in it, it's still considered your liquid. But it's nothing like good old H2O. So a way to do it basically is adding lemon or adding fruit to it. So you can take strawberries, cucumbers, you can make what they call the vitamin water and get it to it. So it gives it a little bit of flavor. And I say make it versus going to the store, buying the stuff that's already processed in the bottle. It's things you can do at home. Just throw the stuff in it, drink the water. But one quick way to do it is instead of trying to drink from the 16-ounce bottles, even for myself, I just drink the little half pints. It's easier to get 8 ounces down than trying to look at the 16-ounce bottle and drink the water. So again, it's a mind play as to how you're going to get it in. So you eat, I'm going to drink a cup of water before I eat. You know, it's a matter of you choose how you're going to do it. But bottom line is you got to get it in.
Get it done. Okay. I'm going to take on the challenge. I'm going to take on the water challenge, and I hope that the audience can take the water challenge with me because we do need that. Okay, so we have the water doctor. Now, what's our next doctor?
Nutrition doctor.
Nutrition doctor. Okay.
So, of course, we know we have to eat, but as to what do we eat, it seems to be the problem these days. But again, we're talking about, again, that brings in your financial limit as to what's cost, because right now people think eating healthy costs a lot of money. You know, how I do it, I think taking care of yourself is priceless, so money doesn't come into play because think about it. We put better gas in our cars than we put food in our bodies. So it's a matter of, again, go right back to the priority, and we get to change the norm. So if we start eating better foods that's good for us, the price points start going down. So it doesn't look, we can go to the fast food places and spend less money versus going to a health food place and it costs more. We have the power to switch that. Again, a decision about how do you view yourself in the foods you need to put in.
Okay, so I do agree that, you know, eating healthy is vital, and I've, you know, been changing my diet so that I can eat healthier, and I sometimes have to go to different stores because I know that this may be less expensive here than it is another store. But are you a vegetarian or a...
I am considered a pescatarian.
A pescatarian.
Yeah,
okay.
I eat seafood. So
seafood.
I don't eat chicken, I don't eat beef, and I don't do dairy. I basically just eat seafood. So I eat fish. Yes.
Okay, so so I know that there's a lot of pescatarians out there and vegetarians and vegans out there. I'm neither.
Okay.
But I do want to still have a whole rounded diet in terms of what I eat. So what would you suggest for people who are not anytarian?
Well,
anything?
so we call you carnivores, so that means you eat meat. So, so either for all the carnivores, vegetarians, whatever. Again, this is a choice that I choose to make. It's not to say that beef is not good for you or anything like that. What I'm saying is that you need to get really good food. So even if you choose to get a hamburger per se, then you want to get a good lean meat, a good hamburger. So the bottom line boils down to whatever you choose to call yourself, a carnivore, a vegetarian, a vegan, or either pescatarian. In terms of it, you get a good, I'm going to buy me the best fish that's out there. If I was a meat eater, oh yeah, I'm going to get me the best piece of meat that I can eat that has less process as possible, and go the organic way if you can. So again, those are processes that you work up to get better. So what you do, you move over. So even if you got something that you consider bad, you move over to something better. And if you're trying to reduce, then you go down. The reason why the body goes through so many trials and tribulations, we try to cut things out. It remembers everything. It will smack you hard and let you know, oh no, you cannot do this to me. So it's a way to do it when you're talking about change, when you're talking about putting in good food. What's good for me may not be good for you. So it's really based around what your body needs. What do your heart need? What do your kidneys need? Your gallbladder, your pancreas, your liver, because that's where it all starts. What is it that you need inside of you to make the outside just emanate with a glow?
I love that. I love that. Okay, next doctor.
The next doctor is my favorite doctor of all times, of course, the exercise doctor. Which is, movement does not occur until you move. I'm often asked about, what to do, what not to do. But the thing is, you must do something. How often should you do it? So I ask you, how often do you eat? Yeah, so when you put it like that way.
I like that.
So if you eat every day, yes, you should be moving every day in some form. I think we tend to overthink what we have to do. We got to go to the gym. I got to get new clothes. I got to go here. And you think it has to be that structured. Right. It don't. You have to find something that you absolutely love that's going to keep you there for the rest of your life. So you figure out, what is it that I love to do? Do I love to dance? Do I love to play football? Do I play basketball? Me, I love to jump rope and hula hoop. Wow. That's my little 8-year-old self talk to me every day. Okay. Come on, girl, let's get this in. So I go to work that way. So you have to know what you absolutely love, because when you talk about your life change, your why have to be so big that it needs to keep you there for the rest of your life. So when you're asking yourself why, talk to your 8-year-old self and talk to your 80-year-old self, because this one over here going to keep you young, vibrant, and playing. This one over here is going to say, look, if you don't get this right, you're not going to see me. Right. So you want to make sure that things that you're doing is to prolong a very good quality of life. Not debilitated, not going through all the Alzheimer's and all the things that we go through, the things that you can do. You just want to, I'm going to live to 150 at the rate I'm going.
Okay, so you have a program called Butts and Guts. Okay, so I know we don't have a whole bunch of time, but can you show me something that we can do in terms of helping us get our guts and
butts in order? Well, sitting right here, one of the biggest things that you can do, basically, I have what I call engagement. And that means basically you want to keep your chest up at all times and your shoulders down from around your ears. So you just want to lift your chest. You want to squeeze your core. So your stomach, you want to hold it in, and then you want to squeeze your glutes. So without looking like you're constipated. So you just got to let it go and be very comfortable. Because if you look at it, if you hold your stomach in, and if you have on a belt buckle, it loosens up. Right. So actually you done lost an inch. Okay. So if you think about doing that all the time, that's one of the things that you need to master in any exercise program. Before you go to the doctor to make sure things are okay, you want to make sure that you're sitting up straight, that you're holding your stomach in, and that you're squeezing your glutes, because that's the power of holding your back. Okay. So that's one of the things that you can do just to start with in this chair. So you want to make sure, because most of us walk around like this. So you want to keep it down. And you just want to sit up straight and hold it in. That's where guts and butts start.
Ooh, Lord. Okay, so I'm going to give y'all the information for Candace so that y'all can get the information. So we have one more doctor?
The air and sunshine doctor.
Let's talk about that real quick.
Well, you know, we need to breathe fresh air, and we really should go out in every day. And then, you know, your sunshine, that's probably about the naturalist vitamin D, excuse me, that you can get. You know, now they got all kind of bills. Take a pill for vitamin D. I'm like, okay, you're kidding, right? So, you can go out to the sunshine. Make sure you're getting your 20 minutes of sun a day. When you go out, of course, you put the screens on that you need. But it's very important to get out and breathe in fresh air and go in the sunshine.
What are we doing in the wintertime?
Okay, so again, the sun is out in the wintertime. And see, that's what we realize is not though. Even though it's a cloudy day, when you think about the universe, she's up there. She's always up there shining bright over us. So again, you get out. But when you're just talking about the light and the things that you need, a lot of time for winter stuff you want to create in your house. You can create your own sunshine in your house with the lights and things that make you happier, because when it's brighter, again, you're much happier.
You're very right about that, because I know I'm so happy in the spring and the summertime. Okay, so we are coming to the end. I tell you, it goes by so quickly, but you have a bed and breakfast, Pure Euphoria.
Yes.
Will you tell us about that real quick?
Well, Pure Euphoria is a wellness bed and breakfast. We are an event venue with the wellness touch. And what's unique about us is that you get to enhance your stay with the wellness services that we offer, from a massage to a manicure, pedicure, a facial, reflexology, acupuncture, and it's all sorts of programs for, and you get that you can work with from a fitness level. So you get to work with Candace, who will work with me, of course, and have the benefit of my 20 years from being a wellologist to help you get to your maximum physical level. So it's all kind of programs that we offer there just to make you better.
That's awesome. Well, we are going to have the information for Pure Euphoria on the screen here. And Candace, I just want to thank you so much for being on the show and teaching us all about health and wellness. And for you out there, I hope you enjoyed really listening to Candace talk about these 6 doctors that we all need to visit every single day. But don't go anywhere, because right after this, I'm going to wrap up the show for us. Welcome back to Courageous Living. I'm your host, Kiki Ramsey. And if you tuned into this show, you would know that we had an awesome discussion about health and wellness, and my special guest, Candice Camille. But we actually forgot one doctor. The 6th doctor is the rest doctor. This is, you have to rest every single day between the hours of 10 and 2 a.m. And I know some of you night owls might say, really? I don't get to bed till really, really late. But it is important for you to try to get to bed during those hours, because this is when your body revitalizes itself. This is the time that you actually grow. And Candace actually taught me that. So I hope that you have had an awesome time watching this show. We all want to strive to be healthy. And I think that if you do get a chance to visit every single one of these 6 doctors that we talked about on this show, you'll see that your life can be better, your wellness can be better, and your overall happiness can be better. Until next time, thank you for tuning in to Courageous Living. I'm your host, Kiki Ramsey.